On today, guys, my name is Austin, and today we'll be doing a 8.8 diff cover on a 1996 F150. It's got a 12-valve Cummins in it. We welded the diff and everything. It's just my little burnout truck. Nothing too special about it. But anyways, for a cheap budget diff cover, this is off of Amazon. This is about $62. It's got a drain here, fill here. This is not for fill spec. Fill spec is like, I'll probably put it in the description because I can't remember right off the top of my head or in the video. I'll research it for you guys. Comes with a new little gasket. I'm going to use a little bit of RTV on the back side and front side. None of you boomers comment telling me how much I can put on this or don't. You're not supposed to use any RTV. I don't care. I'm going to use it. Yeah, for anybody who's putting it on there, you want to use a gasket, just use a gasket. RTV, just use RTV. Both, go ahead. Don't put too much where it goes into the thread holes into the diff, and then you start pressing it in. It'll actually expand and actually crack the hole and stuff from the bolt hole going inside and stuff. So this is my diff. Super simple. And it's welded right here on this side. The other side's just open, but it doesn't spin. They welded the spider gears on the one side, put a little plate in there. It's all good to go. This is a 355 gear. I've already cleaned this diff. This diff off. You can use a wire wheel, a very light one, or you can use a wire brush. That's what I used right here, or a eraser wheel. Eraser wheel works the best, to be honest. If you're using just the actual wire wheel on a Dremel or anything, it might get too much and start scarring all this stuff here. This is not too bad. It's got a little bit, but we'll work with it. That's where the RTV comes in, the gasket, everything. It helps seals it up. The diff cover that I got off of Amazon, they set coarse or fine thread. The 8.8 in an F150 doesn't have fine thread, it has coarse thread. So I found the correct set off of Amazon, these ones. So they're coarse thread, and the size, I believe it's a 6 Allen. These go straight in, these work just fine, no issues. So there we go, we got that. Special with the diff. This was probably another little $10 or another $10. So for a diff cover and correct set of bolts, I don't know if the 8.8 in a Fox body is fine thread, but off their page it says it fits this F150 also. So that's a little confusing. But we will use the ones that I found off Amazon. They'll work just fine. Put them on there. Torque spec, I believe, is 15 foot-pounds to 20 foot-pounds. I'll research that too, put it in the video. You'll see it somewhere on the screen. And then so before you guys get all your diffs already, wire wheel it, whatever the heck you guys want to use to clean them. They need to be as shiny as possible. Then you take some brake clean and a rag. Make sure you clean the surface on both this and the diff cover, otherwise it won't really cure fully to it or cure to the metal at all and just start leaking again. So let me go ahead and get that done. I'll put it on a little time lapse. I'm not going to really go into full detail on how to do it. You'll probably, actually I'll show a little bit on the gasket. We'll just smear it, to be honest. We'll put a little fine amount of RTV, just a little line, and then we'll just smear it on the gasket, and then or maybe on here, I don't know, we'll do it either way, and then put the cover on and we'll fill it up. Also, this diff cover, for being aftermarket, it also has adjustable bump stops that hits the caps for the diff, so they don't ever come loose or anything like that, or if you accidentally left them loose and they start to back off, these will stop them from backing off, causing self-destruction. I mean, you'll probably hear a little bit of noise of them coming loose, but just still little details for $62 versus you guys paying 100 plus for some other aftermarket ones, and they do the same thing. So no big deal. Alright, so as you guys saw, that I just did a simple, just smeared around. It's a very thin layer to it. And like I said, and then you just put a gasket on it, and then you can put 2 bolts on the backside, just kind of holding it, and then you just walk it, carry it on down underneath the truck, and then do the same thing on the other side of the gasket. Just a very thin, it's nothing too crazy, and then just put it up on there, and that's pretty much it. Torque her down, or just impact it down if you want to. It doesn't take too much. Hand tight, little snug, snug. You're good to go. You guys saw me smear it on there very lightly. Just went around, cleaned up the holes a little bit. So like I said, for the gasket to not go, or the gasket sealer to not go inside, a little bit just fine on just the outsides, but other than that. But let's get it up on there, bolt it up, go from there. Now the bolts come with a flat washer and a crush washer. Alright, so that's all done. And then we'll go ahead and adjust these in. These I probably wouldn't go too crazy on for adjusting until they just stop, I guess. Okay, so that right there, it already stops. So I did that by hand. We'll use a wrench. 22. Just get it a little snug. That's it. That's really not even that tough on there. If it comes loose, I'll retighten it. I'll make sure it doesn't. Even if it does come out, I mean, we'll be all right. It may leak a little bit of fluid out there. I don't think so, but who knows? Alright, so that one just barely turned it, got it snug, touching. Another couple of love taps. And that's it. We'll let it cure up. I normally wait a whole day. Let it cure. We'll top it off. And we'll fill it by the spec. I'll research it real quick. We'll come to it the next day. We'll fill it up after it's fully cured. Alrighty guys, it's day 2 of allowing this diff cover to sit. And it's a little chilly out right now, about 18 degrees outside right now. But we're gonna go ahead and start filling this up. This diff cover, the reason why we're doing a cheap diff cover, or reason for the diff cover to be put on it, really, if anybody's doing upgrades, then yes, use this. But if you guys have a drain plug or a fill plug that's on the other side of the actual tube that's bad, this will be a great option for you guys to fill. Like I said, this doesn't fill up to the fill spec. This is a little bit past. I believe it's 2.8 quarts going in, and then you got a drain here. If you guys just want to round it up to 3, it's really not going to hurt it too much. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. It's about 3 of them, and I'll just double check this stuff to make sure it's all that the upper and lower bolts are just tight when I go to put it all together or fill it up. All right, we're good. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. So like I said, it's about 75 bucks for everything with the brand new bolts too, compared to anybody else. I also saw that Late Model Restoration sells one just like this, and it's $165, and still for an 8.8 diff. But this thing works out great. It's literally identical to it. So we're gonna enjoy this, and I hope you guys do too, and it works out for you guys' trucks or cars. Like I said, I don't know if the Fox bodies 8.8s and whatever other models have 8.8s had fine threads or the coarse threads, so it's a $10 difference between the two on what I post for the bolts, and if they work out for you guys. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Thank you.